Hello, my name is Harriton Botco. We're back. During the break, our guest asked me the question and said, Harry, ano ba profile ng mga viewers mo? So sabi ko, not necessarily the well-to-do or what you call class A and B, but more of the academic, more of the learned. And not all that are learned are necessarily wealthy, rich, or even belong to the A. Because after all, what is the A and the B class? What are the psychographics? Pag mayaman ba, kailangan edukado yun? Not necessarily, di ba? Because we've seen some pretty many or a lot of stupid politicians who can't even speak properly. Ang sagot sa akin, sinabi ko, well, I think mataas-taas naman yung, mataas in the sense that the viewership that I do have for this show is the thinking group, thinking crowd. And then, sinabi ko kay Vin, our guest, sabi ko, well, maraming request sa akin, mas managalog ako kaysa nag-i-English. But then again, I figured my reply to that was, if the topics that I put on TV anyway, if you don't speak and have command of your English, maybe it's not necessary that I speak Tagalog and explain either way. Vin, I'll ask you the first question. I told you outside. I hope you're prepared to answer it. Ang topic natin, sustainability. Tama? Okay. Tagalogin mo nga. Sustainability.
Para sa akin, ang sustainability, yung namumuhay ka nang hindi mo inuubos ang yaman ng
Kalikasan.
planeta para sa sarili mo lang. Kumbaga, hindi ka nagpapakasasa. Yung eksakto lang.
Eksakto lang.
Kasi mayroon tinatawag, eto English uli, may tinatawag na carrying capacity. Ano ba ang kayang buhayin ng ating mundo? Ilan ang kayang buhayin? Hindi tayo pwedeng sumobra doon.
So, kung ano lang, ako iniisip ko sustainability. Sa utak ko, ikot-ikot eh. Paikot-ikot. I mean, okay, huwag tayo kukuha ng langis, mauubos na yan. Tsaka hindi sustainable yan. Hindi gaya ng araw, yung init ng araw, kukunin mo ng solar, di ba? Hindi mauubos yan. Kuha ka lang ng kuha dyan. Pero hindi naman nagagamit yan. Hindi gaya ng langis, mauubos yan, miski papano, at nakakasira ng planeta.
Well, ang ano dyan, bawas-bawasan natin yung paggamit natin ng langis, gamitin natin doon sa mga importante.
But eventually, one time or the other, you will reach the end game.
Oh.
Pag naubos na rin yan.
Oh.
Because oil is not, well then, but that's a big argument as well, no? There are people who went against us saying that the sustainability cycle is incorrect. Many scientists have also gone against that, saying that it's not true, you won't run out of oil.
Well, we live on a finite planet. Lahat yan. We cannot, basta't kung ano laman ng planeta, yun lang ang pwede natin gamitin. Desisyon na natin kung bibilisan natin ang paggamit o
Babagalin natin.
babagalan.
But complete sustainability, is that even a word? Pwede ba yun?
Well,
I mean, prudent, being prudent is what you're saying, but you're only extending is what you're saying. Using finite resources, the extension or being prudent in the use or waste of finite resources, eventually, one time or the other, will bring you to its end.
well, for example, may mga teknolohiya na yung basura, plastic, pwede nang gawing langis yun. Di ba?
Ang ganda sana yun. Ang dami natin plastic dito eh.
Pati tao.
Okay, go ahead.
Tapos yung ano lang natin yung basura natin, meron yung isang kaibigan ko hauls several thousand tons of solid waste every day. Ayun, sinesegregate. Tapos yung pwedeng i-recycle, i-recycle, yung pwede mong gawing energy, gawin mong energy, yung pwede mong gawing pataba sa lupa, ibinabalik lahat. Hindi na tayo lumalaspag na, hindi na tayo kumukuha ng mga resources na babawasan. Ideally, kung ano nandyan, magamit mo uli.
Can we safely say those that promote progress, innovate, and create better economics, be it for consumerism, for the betterment of man, or para, para it becomes more convenient to live? Do you think we should stop those people because they are the real traitors of Mother Earth?
Well, first, I think we have to define what the betterment of man means.
Convenience. For example, maybe in the future, we don't need tires anymore. O, di na natin gagamitin yung rubber. Hoover cars na lang. But then again, because maybe that might require nuclear. I don't know. You see what I mean? One versus the other.
Rubber is, comes from the rubber tree.
That is sustainable. Well, we grow the trees.
And you can recycle it.
Rubber. So we shouldn't get out of rubber. Keep them on the road. Forget hovercrafting.
Well, malakas sa energy yung mga hovercraft. Biro mo, kailangan mo ng hélice to lift the...
No, this is innovation for the future. The point I'm getting at is, how do we control the people of the world when we ourselves, tayo, and then you have the leaders of the world? While we may not enjoy the same language, the same heritage, history, background, and the way we are, look at the world as a whole. Maybe the leaders of the world should be more environment conscious more than anything else, rather than economics, progress, or even promoting convenience for mankind.
Well,
Case in point, China and India. They're going so fast. China doesn't want to put on the brakes. Although the Philippines, naunahan natin sila sa GDP.
6.5 tayo.
7.1. 6.9 in China. Di ba? Now, never mind, it's only points. It's only a measurement of who's ahead and who's not. But in China, they can't go out in Beijing, di ba? Wala lang, di na makahinga. Delhi is following very close, New Delhi. Di ba? Ando doon eh. So, ano dapat mauna? Convenience for man or everybody becomes an environmentalist like you?
Hindi. Para sa akin, it's a matter of responsibility eh. For example, dito, who hasn't experienced EDSA? Di ba?
No, but EDSA, we have to thank the Liberal Party and Rojas and Abaya.
Tumataas ang incomes natin, kaya ang kotse, ang motor, nagiging mas affordable. So, nagbibilihan ng tao. Pero, yung mass transit systems natin, hindi naman nag-i-improve. Ako, when I go to Makati, generally, I take the MRT. Ngayon, natatakot lang ako dahil may appointment ako dito. Baka masira. Hindi ako makaabot. Pero,
Yeah. I see the point.
I take the mass transit anytime. Tayo naman, nakabiyahe na tayo. Nakita natin yung mga trend sa ibang
it works.
lugar.
It works.
Pati yung mga bus nila. Yung mga Hapon, nag-apologize. Dahil yung trend nila,
5 minutes.
it left the station
Ahead.
40 seconds ahead.
Ahead of time.
Nag-apologize yung presidente
Baliktad.
nung train system.
Baliktad.
Di ba? Kaya yun eh.
So we just have leaders that bungle the economy, bungle the management of our life, basically. Yan ang problema.
No, ang problema, nailagay natin sila sa pwesto.
Yeah, pero...
Ibinoto natin eh.
Ayun.
Di ba? Ibinoto natin eh.
So the problem is politics. And tama si Ricky Rason. Ang problema, you wanna go forward, you wanna improve it, you wanna take the poor out of their miserable situation, you want them to improve their lives, we go forward, tanggalin mo demokrasya para mabilis. Gaya ginawa ng China.
Kuyari, mahawakan naman tayo na isang makasarili.
Yun ang nagiging problema.
Ayun na nagiging problema. Nag-enjoy na nakapwesto. O tapos may mga kamag-anak na tulisan.
You're not talking the Aquino family, no?
I'm not talking about anyone.
Sige. No, but where do the word sustainability, does that fit in democracy? Does that fit with mankind? I mean, mankind, parang, when we discuss it, no, when we talk the environment, we talk of Mother Earth, the planet as well. We already know that we are its biggest adversary, di ba? Man is the biggest problem of Mother Earth. And yet, Mother Earth is there to sustain man. Now, man cannot dictate to Mother Earth. Mother Earth obviously dictates rivers. That's why you have climate change and stronger storms, etc. If that is so common a thought, why is it man has not learned to live with his environment?
Because siguro maraming hindi nag-iisip. At least yung mga viewership mo, thinking class. Yung mag-isip ka, isipin mo lang yung mga consequences ng mga ginagawa ng mga nangyayari ngayon. O for example, yung girian na Amerika at saka North Korea. Isang ganun, ubus tayo. Di ba? Pero si Trump, nahalal, nanalo eh. Gigirian. Kailangan yung ordinaryong tao mag-isip. Kasi sila rin na magsasabi, pwede naman tayo mag-rally, pwede tayo mag-demonstrasyon eh. Basta't
But
naman eh.
there is still no solution to North Korea as of today, as of this very moment, while we're talking on TV. North Korea stands to be a threat, the Hermit Kingdom. Just the other day, they had someone who was trying to leave and run away, diba, to defect, who was shot by their people. And then when they dissected him, when they did the autopsy, they found out he had all kinds of bacteria and whatnot in his body, meaning they were not eating the right food, and the body was deteriorating and had a lot of plastics inside his body. So, when we have leaders like that, okay,
Authoritarian.
authoritarian, but you got a crazy guy who is there. How do we handle him? Isn't it best? Simple thinking would lead you to, let's just take him out.
Pag-usapan dapat yan. Mag-usap-usap sila.
But what happens when you can't talk? What happens when talk deludes or becomes the issue why environment is being, for example, the president is obviously, President Duterte is obviously for the people. And yet, he's now lending an ear to the Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, as we discussed. Now, you're saying no to Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, and this guy, since the start of his presidency, has been doing his very best, based on his thoughts and mind, getting rid of drugs. Ako, I don't believe in EKJ. While I'm sure there is some that's the fault of the police, it's still the right thing to do. Para sa akin, I mean, I disagree with this soft sell and what Europe says, meron pang iba dyan, let's legalize the drug and give them na lang hospitals for them to check into. Parang, wow, iba eh, di ba? Or let's tax the drugs, the shabu. Can you imagine? Let's tax shabu.
Well, meron pending bill ngayon, yung compassionate marijuana. And,
Na iba naman, well, yeah, okay. I don't want to qualify one
and
drug
then,
over
there
another.
are countries where marijuana
It's legal.
is legal. Portugal legalized drugs a long time ago. Nawalan sila ng drug problem. Kailangan pag-isipan. Huwag lang mag-knee-jerk reaction. Although, yung shabu, personally, I find it frightening. Yung mga long-time user ng shabu, alam mo tayo, 60s tayo lumaki, mayroon tayong mga kaibigan, nagsimatayan na dahil sa long-time use.
Yes. Well, America has the biggest problem that they announced just last week, diba? Opioids, meaning heroin and crack and shabu.
Fentanyl.
Yun.
Hindi, Oxycontin at saka fentanyl
Yun,
yun.
Oxycontin. Yun.
Ayun yung mga derivative, para mga heroin yun eh.
Heroin.
Na mas matapang.
Mas matapang.
Yung mga, shabu, methamphetamine yan eh. Cocaine comes from the coca plant. Ayan.
Ito, laboratory lahat. Plastic.
Sabi nga nila, gawa daw ng China yung mga raw materials eh.
Pero laboratory.
Abuso kasi pwedeng gawin sa bahay daw eh.
Miski anybody can take
Oo,
it. Kaya lumalala, opioids.
Tapos yung dosage, siyempre kailangan maayos na timbang yon. Kung naka-opioid din yung tumitira doon,
Wala na,
wala
may
na.
tama na. Kaya namamatay lahat.
Abuse yun eh.
So man, his adversary to man. Is
Ang
what you say.
kalaban natin, sarili natin.
So man fights man because why? To get ahead? No. To destroy each other.
For their own personal interests. Iba-iba.
So we come to the conclusion. Man is the problem because he's a problem to himself, not necessarily to his environment, but to himself. And the extension of that problem ruins the environment. And
There's
comes up with
there's
poor
some truth to
leadership.
it. Kailangan nag-iisip tayo eh, yung mga consequences ng mga ginagawa natin eh. Pero siyempre, ang daming ibang interest dyan. Di ba? For example, hindi ako believe sa open pit mining, pero ang lalaki ng kinikita ng mga open pit miners eh. Nasa gobyerno pa yung iba. Oh.
That is true. That is true. May hirap na argument yung mining. I don't know very much about it, but open mining, in my mind, is incorrect.
Naninira ng mga gubat natin yon, tapos nagpopulot na mga ilog natin na pinakikinabangan. May isda dati, ngayon wala na.
And they make billions for themselves.
Napupunta na sa offshore. Hindi naman natatax ng gobyerno siguro yun pag nandun na sa Cayman Islands.
Sa iba-iba. Yan. Well, there I agree with that. No? And also, they're ruining naman the environment as well.
Hindi naman sila nakatira dun eh.
They don't care.
Pera-pera lang yan.
So the problem talaga is man. Sustainability is not synonymous to man. Because man is adversarial to himself and to his fellow man. So nangyayari, there is no sustainability. Hindi pwede.
Well, some men are. Kailangan mag-isip ka.
But many an example prove otherwise. The bad haircut day guy in North Korea, all he wants to do is build a bomb so he can bomb America. And that's it. Di ba?
Ang take ng mga iba doon, nakita niya nangyari sa Afghanistan, sa Iraq, sa Syria, sa Libya, yung nilusob. Kung may nuclear ka, hindi ka lulusubin. Naniniwala ako self-defense. Kaya lang, siyempre, overkill din ang ginagawa niya pagkasalita. Dapat tumahimik na lang siya. Meron ako niyan.
So dapat Pilipinas, meron tayo niyan. Di dapat tayo natin Bataan nuclear power plant and turn it into a weapon para just in case banatan tayo ng Amerikano. O meron tayo niyan, babalikan ka namin.
Hindi. May history ang North Korea eh. Di ba? 1950s. Ilan milyon ang naubos na Koreano nung pinasok sila ng
Amerikano. Yung
gera. Hanggang ngayon, may state of war pa sila. Ano ba yun? Truce o ceasefire lang yan eh. Walang cessation of hostilities. Tapos ang daming US troops sa South Korea.
40,000, yeah. 38 to 40,000.
Magulo, siyempre, self-defense. Pero siyempre, doon, authoritarian. Minana niya sa tatay niya, na minana sa lolo. Ay, ganun ba na... pero yun, self-defense yun. Ayaw na nila.
So, tama ginagawa niya.
Tayo mga Pinoy naman madali tayong kausap eh. Tingnan mo yung China. South China Sea.
Okay. So, the issue of the word sustainability does not necessarily belong to just the environment. It also belongs to mankind and how man treats himself. How he deals with other human beings, first and foremost, whether he degrades lifestyles or improves a lifestyle.
Well, alagay ko ang foundation yan would be the greatest good for the greatest number for the longest possible time. Everybody happy forever kung kaya natin gawin yun.
If possible. But living on a planet that's finite forever cannot be because it's not sustainable.
Well, ang population din eh. Kailangan mo rin
I-curb.
i-address yung population. Dahil parami ng parami, siyempre, parami ng parami ang tao, parami ng parami ang kailangan ng tao. Tayo, we're growing at the rate of 2%,
2%.
per year.
Which they say is healthy. Don't go down below 1.5
But that means also, we will double our
population.
population in 35 years. Will we double our agricultural production in 35 years?
But with proper government management, we could have, with today's innovation, because we have very strong natural resources. We have very fertile fields. We may not have the Mekong River, but if we have improved the irrigation in the last 40, 50 years, if someone paid attention to it, the state of our farming will not be what it is.
Well, as a farmer, I'm familiar with the problem of leaching, you know. In the 60s, pinromote ang Green Revolution, tambakan ng chemical fertilizer, umasim ang lupa. So you need more and more. So now, umihina ang production. At the same time, may problema tayo sa soil erosion. We're losing tons and millions of tons of soil every year. That all goes out to the sea. How many inches of topsoil lang yan? Pag nawala yan, saan tayo?
Hindi mabubuhay.
Oh,
And yet we continue the bad practices today.
maraming kumikita dyan eh.
Okay, we're gonna have to end the show. How do we end it? Exit message.
Think. We should all think about the consequences of our actions. You know, I have grandchildren. Ikaw, may apo ka na rin.
Wala pa.
May apo ako. Ano magiging buhay ng mga apo ko? O yung mga anak ng apo ko? So, kailangan mag-isip tayo. As individuals. Yung hindi
Is man capable of doing that? Because he seems to have failed. I mean, from where we are sitting today.
Modern man, yung mga indigenous people have survived for thousands of years.
Tayo yung problema. Tayo yung modern man.
Yung mga indigenous, yung mga
alam ko,
taga-bundok. Yung gumawa nung Ifugao rice, Banawi rice terraces.
Mga
Diba?
yan.
Thousands of years yung padre. Diba? Nabubuhay sila ron.
So think. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is... I went out on a limb without having to talk about something as political. But is life, the planet, sustainability, man against man, is this not the discipline that should be addressed on a daily basis? Because after all, it is the root of the problem. Where it begins, where it ends, and where conflict arises. The crisis that's never ending. And yet, we are in such a hurry to destroy our very universe that we require to live with. Now, as far as our leaders are concerned, we tend to even we put them there, we don't want them, we take them out, we replace them. Is it possible for man to learn how to think, as Vin puts it? A simple idea, think. Think of your consequence. What a very simple idea. Gee, it's even based on faith, at least the Catholic Church, with one I grew up with. And yet we don't want to do that. We refuse to do that, or we try to show to others that we cannot think. It's not possible. Why? Personal interest. Personal interest. That means the person is not thinking, or he's thinking too much about himself. Gee, what a problem. Did God give us this problem for us to make ourselves extinct? Well, you be the judge. I'm not sure I have all the answers, but I do like to think a lot, and I'm not sure I can provide to you the direction, the guidance, because in this world, we have to learn how to live together. Not a very easy thought. Thank you very much. We hope you've enjoyed our show. Thanks, Vinny.
Thanks for having me.